Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hunger Knocks. Today we're going to be making chicken noodle soup. Here's a list of ingredients. Everything is pretty basic, nothing out of the ordinary, but that's what good chicken noodle soup is. Let's get started. We're going to break down this chicken in a bunch of pieces. We're doing this so that when we roast it, it'll just speed up our cook time. We're going to go ahead and just pull it apart, get the breasts off there, and just roast everything. I'm going to toss it in oil and then add some salt, pepper, and thyme. Rack it onto a sheet pan, and then toss it into the oven at 325. While that's going, we're going to have 2 pots of water on. One is going to be for our stock, and the other one is going to be for our pasta. So we get that work in before we start our veggies here. Any of the scraps from these veggies, we're going to go ahead and save because that's going to go into our stock pot and help really get a nice deep flavor on our broth that we're going to make. If you notice all the cuts here, nothing is super fancy. Everything is honestly just home style food, which I like because it's fast, it's easy, and it's still going to taste really good. One thing that I will mention right now while we have a second is this pasta that we're going to cook up. I use a Country Time egg noodle. It's a really good pasta. It's going to hold form for a long time in your soup, so definitely would recommend. So we're going to toss this into our stock pot. That's bay leaves, whole peppercorns, thyme, and salt. That's just some of the base for our stock. So go ahead and put that in there. And one thing, I did forget to mention, we are going to make sure to add half a garlic clove into that stock pot. So once your pasta is cooked up, we're going for al dente. We're going to go ahead and strain that and set it to the side. And then once our chicken's done, it's usually about 30 minutes out, we're going to pull that out, let it cool for a minute, and then we're just going to start breaking it apart. I'm going to pull off all the good meat that I want to save, and then anything that's left and all the juice that's on that sheet pan there, we're just going to put into our stock pot and just have that really help with the flavor of our broth. Just go ahead and toss that in there. Make sure you get everything. Once we get it to a nice simmer, I'm going to get rid of that lid, and I'm going to replace it with a splatter guard. That way the moisture, all that steam can just evaporate out and let our stock reduce. So about 2 hours later, we're about 1/3 of the way reduced. We're going to go ahead and strain our stock. All the chicken bones and leftover veggies and everything we're just going to get rid of. We really just want just the liquid here. Let's get that done. We'll set our stock to the side. In that same stock pot, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to add those veggies that we cut up. I'm going to keep turning those over every couple minutes. Just kind of get a little bit of color building up on them and help get those nice and tender. In that veggies, there is also the other half of that garlic clove diced up. So don't forget that garlic. Totally forgot to mention that, but it's in there. So once we feel good about our veggies, we're going to go ahead and add our stock that we made. I don't add all of it. I leave a little bit at the bottom. That's kind of the gritty part. We'll add our pulled chicken. We're going to go ahead and add our pasta. And then I'm going to finish it up here with 1.5 cups of Miss Renfro's green chili. That adds a little bit of heat to it, which I think all soups should really have. I'm a huge fan of spicy stuff, so I really like the flavor. And something that my mom used to do for us, she would add that coming from Dallas, Texas. That's something I grew up eating was Miss Renfro's. Shit's awesome. But now that soup is done, let's go ahead and plate it up. It's definitely a nice, thick, hearty soup. Really good flavor with us making our own stock. You can do your final seasoning on it. A little bit of more salt, a little bit more pepper, maybe a little more thyme, whatever you want. But that's it. Just a really good homemade soup. If you want to switch it up, you can make it a lemon soup or add some cream or anything that you want, really. So get out there and have fun. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Have fun. Laters.